We are now at the Molly Kathleen Gold Mine here at Cripple Creek, Colorado. Here. Before we go, now I may not get too much footage at this place in this mine because it will be dark. So I'll try my best. But look at this view here.
I'm hungry. Unless they have food at Cripple Creek.
I'm gonna throw them out.
I'm fine.
That's tough.
Yeah.
There's a chipmunk there.
We'll be descending 1,000 feet underground to kind of give you a picture of what that looks like. The city of Cripple Creek over there, sorry. I'm like, it's 400 feet below where we are now. You folks are going 600 feet below that. You'll be riding what we call a 9-man miner skip. There are 2 skips. We'll use both of those. The ride down takes 2 minutes. And once you get down there, it's well lit, well ventilated, and plenty of room to move around comfortably in your day.
Yeah.
9.
We are now in the shaft elevator.
Inside, you're going up first.
So how many are there of us? Okay, do not put your finger
Don't
out.
make this Tower of Terror.
Eric, don't in that man's ear.
7 in here now.
There's 7, don't talk loud.
I'm gonna be scared if this turns into the Tower of Terror.
We're going down.
I don't turn this into freaking Tower of Terror.
It won't.
There, come on. Don't go down.
Don't put your fingers in.
If this is Tower of Terror, then
It is. Don't worry.
There, stop.
So you're saying we're right?
we're gonna fall.
I do not remember.
Now we're going down.
I'm scared of Rock Tower.
Oh man.
Walk between the rails.
Let's go. We're following the tour guide now. We are now inside the gold mine.
Oh, this is the Colorado Gold Rush of 1881. I need breathing room.
How's everybody doing?
All good.
Here, welcome to the Molly. You know, I'm glad I'm here today, not back when the district started back in 1890. So it's come a long way since then. But yeah, can I have you guys take just a couple more steps down?
Move up here.
Come on, guys. Just a little bit. The miners worked an 8-hour shift, and they were paid pretty decent. Anybody want to guess to what they make a day?
$20 a day.
Take a 0 off of it.
200.
25 cents an hour.
Plus all the gold they could carry?
Pardon?
Plus all the gold they could carry?
Oh, no. Oh, no. They kind of frowned upon what they called high grade.
And back in that day, 25 cents was,
What's that?
wasn't like 25 cents worth a lot back in the day.
Way. Now, drill holes for the dynamite, they just turn the drill still every time it's hit. Using a chisel tip, you're just gradually chipping that granite. Eventually wind up with a nice round hole to put your dynamite in. That's what them guys do all day, every day.
That's loud.
Blast pattern for tunnel has about 30 holes to it. For all of them to be drilled to this depth right here, single jacking took almost 24 minutes. Now the term I used here was called single jacking. These guys here are double jacking. The guy holding that sledgehammer was called the striker. Holding the drill steel over his shoulder, he was called the shaker. Not a very comfortable position to be in, really. Only job benefit I see he'd have there is never see it coming. You'd be hit before you knew it. They tried to avoid that though. They've tried places pretty often. Keep from getting tired. Not only that, you made your aim a little more true if you knew you had to take your turn down there. Now, 1900 turn of the century, there's underground in the district, there's somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 miles of interconnecting tunnel. Every mine up here is connected. They did that, the main purpose was to drain off the water. Today, we're getting that natural cross draft. As the air moving past the damp rocks keeps it 50-some degrees. Areas on the same level, that air isn't moving like that, and it's almost 100 degrees. It cuts it in half for us. Right back there, that'd be your mud pile if you drill those holes 6 foot deep and shot it. About 18 to 20 tons. Now that right there, that was your entry level. That's where the new guys got put. New guys in a mine were called tenderfoots, just like on a ship they're called greenhorns. And boy, they were put through their paces. I mean, any nasty job that the old timers could put them through, they did. You know, they figured if they could make it through that, there were guys that they wanted to work with. Good working conditions right there. They'd expect those men to load 2, if not 3, 1-ton ore cars every hour. If they couldn't keep up, they were let go. One thing that helped them out, though, before they shoot the round, they put a metal plate on the ground right in front of it, just like that one right there. It's called the muck plate. That round will go off a certain way, that rock's gonna come down and land on the metal. It's just so much easier to slide the shovel. You know, Jack Dempsey, the boxer, graduated high school over in Victor. When he graduated, he worked a couple of mines, and they were going around saying that they had to fire him because he wasn't keeping up. Wow. I don't think that was the case. I just don't think Jack didn't want to. About. Today, we still drill those holes the same place that they did back when they were hand drilling. Now, in 1900, the collar drill came along, and it really kicked things up into high gear. They can now drill that round out 6 foot deep in about 6 hours. Most of their time was having to set the thing up, though, every time they finish with the hole. It's heavy, and it takes at least 2. They also have to stop twice back the drill out and change out that drill steel. And we'll talk about dust, silicosis, drills responsible for all that a little bit later in the tour here. So all I got to do is show you guys how this thing wins. I'm going to cover them up, okay? Trust me, you want to plug them. All right, here you go.
Wow. That's an explosion in my ears.
Now, I tell you, if you come to work with a hangover, you definitely wind up hating your mother before the day was over. That's just insane to come and work if you had a hangover. Wow. Now, the dynamite was used for a lot of years, and another thing the old timers had to deal with quite a bit. Now, it's on a day-to-day, probably every hour basis. And that was the nitroglycerin fumes after the round would go off. 500 mines were working. You know, they're shooting at different intervals, different places. They're all connected. Those miners walk around with what they call powder headaches pretty much all the time. They say it's fun. Balance the whole thing. Use balance with that drill. It's going to eat your lunch.
You hear that? That's supposed to be the sound I think of dynamite. No, I'm just narrating. Sounds of dynamite in cavern.
They say roughly 35 million years ago. See, they say it's an extinct volcano. Some geologists will deny it and say it's just the Earth had what they call a fart. Because what happened is kind of funny to say it that way, but maybe I can explain where you kind of understand. When the eruption occurred, it wasn't a fire and ash type of thing. Underground above the magma was a big superheated water. It's a Queen Best mine. You guys pulled in the parking lot, up County Road through the gates. We're on the other side of the county road. Back then, what it due to their loans. They found out pretty darn quick. Life expectancies for those miners from the days they started mining until their deaths was only 10 to 12 years.
That's
It
low.
took them quick. That's quick.
Maybe a boulder fell on them.
You wouldn't want it to last much longer than that, I'll tell you. That silicosis is bad stuff. Now, they mandated that all drills will use water. That's what these guys are for. They're called jack tanks. You fill them with water and compressed air, and like you see over here, it's gonna bring that water through the drill to up the end of the bit. Not only does it keep that dust down, but it also keeps things cooler. That bit's gonna cut longer. 53 here came along the same time as that jack leg did. And 53 means that leg has a capability of standing up 53 inches. About 3 times the power as the jack leg and about twice as heavy. As I get older, I don't have to wrestle with this one. It'll do all that hard work for me. But it does have a part, what you'll hear today. Here you go. 800 foot from where we're standing. The vein they were mining, you can see right there, that gray streak. Everything left of that timber right there, that was ore sheet. Just everything was taken out there, right, you can see. The right-hand side is full skip into manual. There's no way that drill over there can go for that. That's just plain stupidity and crazy. Anything heavy put on the end of the table, let the silk cover it. Do it. Now, shifts here work a little different than they did elsewhere in the mine. Boss man's bread and butter. Not working is not making money. And they would never leave the mine.
We're about to ride some turn to bus.
Teddy Roosevelt didn't like it either. Said every beast deserves to see daylight, so allow them to pass, they can put it in the ground for a certain amount of time. Then they would have to spend time in the sunlight before they could be brought back into the mine. There's nowhere we can walk them suckers out. They'd have to go the same way we come down. And donkeys don't like to learn how to do new things. Not only that, once they lose their sight, anything out of their normal. Every once in a while, we got bats that come out in front of that thing, guys, so be ready to duck.
Haha, Dad.
Mike, this is your
This is Donkey Hog.
No, we don't have any bats down there, so they're the size of a hummingbird. They would starve to death before they could get out of here.
Here we go. All right. It's getting dark, so.
The most important office in any workplace. You know, you gotta have a spot where nobody's dare brave enough to interrupt you while you're doing the most important paperwork. Down here working. We might have to send everything up there to be worked on. Also, fabrication purposes, we want to do that down here. You build something on the surface. And I bet you a nice pretty rock, you can't pick out which one's the most valuable. Now, gold was first discovered up here in the district by that man right there, old Bob Womack. Bob was a cattle rancher, part-time prospector. He also had a problem with the alcohol. He was panicked for gold, poverty gold, so now he's trying to go to the mall. He only found tiny specks of color. Nothing to get excited over, but he always believed it came from somewhere. It took him several years to figure it out. In the meantime, right here, we're right underneath the parking lot. This is Molly's stove we're in right here.
Do I have to step on there? Oh, my God, don't jump on.
In the world where you're from, everybody counts. So you just count the bell, then relate that to what needs to happen. Even strokes are used with breaks in between. So as you get down here, Deja, she rang 3 very important things. First ring where, second was what, third was direction. 2, 5, 3, 2. The what was the 10th level, 3 was what, you got men on, 2's the direction, you're gonna lower. Printed up all these signs, hand delivered it to mines. Prior to them coming up with this, there was 1 year, 1 in 5 mines had a fatality in just 1 year. There's over 100 of them. They started using this right away, and I'll tell you, the first year after they used it, there was no loss of life. Today, that's the standard, used pretty much throughout the whole world.
Wow.
Saved a lot of lives. J.W. Stonehouse still in business today. They're based out of Kansas City now. A lot of safety signs in the workplace. If you look at them and say J.W. Stonehouse, same guy, started over there in Victor.
Side.
Well, I was inside the gold mine. I found it very interesting. So, even got myself a little bit of rock with some gold on it. As you can see here. With it, so I would recommend come to the gold mine. The only thing that might be hard is if you're claustrophobic, because they put you in this shaft, in this elevator shaft, and depending on how many people they fit. So just be ready for that. So this is RCT 126 signing off at the gold mine in Colorado.